3, altimeter 3000.
People like you, organizations like RampCheck, I love you guys.
4, 5, 6, gotta be down, ready now. You are clear for takeoff, runway 21 left, winds are calm. Stand by for the retrans on uniform. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the RampCheck Aviation Podcast live stream. I'm Tony. Hi.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Ryan.
How are you?
Good
How
evening,
are you,
eh?
brothers? Good to see you.
Good. Doing good. Should I do it? Doing good.
I don't know what's that.
I was giving you a thumbs up that I could see the animation, so we're good.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. If I'm a little off center tonight, my the top tier of my brand new desk collapsed.
Well, you're always a little off center, but maybe just a little more.
Maybe I'm not necessarily off center, but maybe tilted a little bit. Man, you can't see my cool shirt.
To be honest, brother, I don't think anybody would have noticed.
Well, it
Agreed.
just collapsed on me, and I have a really good guess on where my desk was made.
China is asshole.
Anyway, so
Probably.
but
Probably.
hey, welcome to the podcast live stream tonight. Make sure you chime in. Let us know where you're listening or watching. Listening. What the hell? And of course, we're live every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. right here on YouTube, Twitter X, Rumble, Facebook, and of course Instagram Live. Did I forget anybody? I don't think I did.
That's where we live stream too.
Okay.
That's all of them. But yeah, we are on Instagram Live, and those that are watching on Instagram Live, you can comment, and we can read them, but we can't put it on screen. So if you want to comment and join in on the conversation where we can put your comment on screen, why don't you jump on over to YouTube, subscribe there, say hi. We love your subscription there on YouTube, which is free. Some people don't know. Tony kind of brought that up, but
yeah, I know that some people are worried about subscribing, and you don't have to enter a credit card. We don't need to know your blood type. You don't need to enter the first name of your firstborn child.
Yep, and no vaccine card required.
Oh, that's right. Yep. You're not required to have the jab. It's absolutely free. Wow, a lot to talk about tonight on the podcast. Holy shit!
Lots been going on. Well, there's always stuff going on in aviation.
I was just gonna say that there's always a lot, but we try to cram it in to our hour and a half as much as we can, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. Geez, what? We need to let's do our first palate cleansing video. We might as well get that thing going here.
Let's do it.
So this, let's
feed me.
Which one is it? Oh, there it is. So Aaron sent this link to us.
Oh, dude, this is nuts, man. This video is nuts.
This is probably, I'm gonna have to say, the most badass and terrifying video I have seen.
So let's watch it, and then I'm going to ask y'all and everybody watching, and Ryan and Tony, you may or may not know.
I'm right with you.
What I'm thinking, but
exactly. I have no idea what the video is, so I'm actually excited.
Okay, so we'll let people comment. We can remind us of what movie or what technology.
Exactly. I know
this looks like.
The first thing that came to mind when I watched this, Ryan, you're going to do the exact same thing. So, okay.
It's crazy.
This is from the new Area 51 on Twitter, at the new Area 51. They always put out cool shit. Make sure you
they reposted this from White Soxic.
Right. And I was
yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just making sure.
Oh, yeah, it's a repost. I didn't say repost. I'm sorry. But yes, from at White Soxic on X, they call this the Lockheed Martin multiple kill hover vehicle. And the new Area 51 commented and says, and they say the SR-72 Aurora doesn't exist. Okay. Now, In my opinion, this looks nothing at all what people have been guessing that the Aurora looks like, and I'm not even sure the SR-72 and the Aurora are the same aircraft.
Yeah,
But just all right, check this shit out.
this is sick.
Okay, I got the volume. Okay, here we go. What the fuck?
That's creepy.
Look at that.
Damn.
Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Look at that.
Oh, dude.
Damn. I'll wait till it's over, but I can tell you immediately what it reminded me of. But
Yeah, isn't that just nuts?
wow.
Look how they've got it caged up because they're worried that it's going to take over the world.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, they don't want that thing. Hopefully, it's not video too loud. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, let's turn the video down.
Okay. Yeah, you can turn the video down. We can talk about it while the video's down.
Wow. Skynet.
There we go.
Wow.
Let it keep
Hopefully,
playing.
hopefully that's not driven by AI.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, yeah, that's crazy.
This is
Yeah.
from 2008, brothers.
Wow.
Yeah, this is Okay, so I don't know if anybody's going to comment or not, but what movie or technology does that remind you of?
Hey,
That's
hold
why
on,
it's
hold on.
kinda-
Wait.
That's why it's kind of creepy to me.
Before you guys say anything, I'm just
Okay.
going to count three, and we're all three going to say it at the same time. Okay, ready?
I may
Yeah.
not say the same thing, but that's all right.
One,
That's all right.
2, 3. Battle
Los
Los
Angeles. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm making sure we're on the same page. Yeah, that totally
Yeah.
looks like the alien ships.
I know those
Yeah.
things were scary. That movie freaked the shit out of me because
dude.
of those drones.
If there was ever an alien invasion movie that seemed like the most plausible or realistic way that it would happen, it's that movie.
Oh, for sure.
I
Yeah.
love that movie. That's probably my favorite alien invasion movie of all time, and probably one of my top 10
Yeah.
movies of all time.
It's
I
one
love
of my
that movie.
for sure.
I
When
like
this
when
thing-
he's all,
Oh, go
oh,
ahead.
sorry, just when he says lock it, he gives the number and he's all lock it. And he's all, he was my friend and I miss him. And he reminds me of, and you remind me of him. That's such a good movie.
You remind me of him. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yep. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm sure it's available on many of the streaming services. Or we can just have everybody over to my place and we'll just have a viewing party.
Okay.
There you go.
Although parking's not the greatest here. My HOA, they're kind of dicks about.
Yeah, there'd be nowhere to park. You'd have to park like a block away.
Yeah. We'll just bus everybody in. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it also reminds me of another movie, not quite as much, especially when it rotates though. And you guys, I'm sure, you guys know where I'm going with this?
Nope, actually I don't. I can't think of anything right now.
Oblivion.
Oh yeah, okay. Oblivion. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, like the drones.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good movie. We actually just watched that movie last week, actually.
That's
Yeah.
I love that movie. You know they're making a sequel, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Same director as well. What's
Which
his name?
is good.
Kaczynski. Not Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, but whatever the other guy's name is. But yeah, I'm really excited that he's going to be directing it, and I can't wait to see what it's going to be. So, Florida Afterburner Images, what's up, guys? How are you? He says,
That's Gabe, right? What's up, Gabe?
Yeah. Gabe.
Yep. Amazing movie. Thanks for bringing out those memories. And it honestly reminds me of something out of Pat Labor 2.
I don't know. Sounds like a video game or something.
Yeah, I actually don't know either, but
I've seen that one a million times.
it probably
Yeah.
is a video game.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. I don't know. we don't play video games here at the RampCheck Aviation podcast, but unless it's like
Right?
Super Mario Brothers or Tetris from the old school days.
Yeah, or Sonic.
Or if
Yeah.
tell you what, if I had a an original Donkey Kong arcade machine, I'd play
Yeah.
the shit out of that. I'd probably never
Donkey
leave the house.
Kong.
Maybe I would.
So on Instagram Live, Oscar, who's I don't know, Karis. Anyway, he's Oscar Sakaris. He's the guy that has his podcast too. He says skunks making UFO tech real. That is very true.
Yeah,
Absolutely true. That's a crazy video.
I've gone down a few rabbit holes and seen a couple of YouTube videos, or maybe they were on Telegram, or one of those alternate, far right or whatever. Anyway, was
conspiracy
theories. Thank you. Did a few channels and watched a few videos. And number one, I think the Aurora is real. I don't believe it's the SR-72, but I could be wrong. But I also believe that
the SR-72 was acknowledged years ago.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. But the Aurora has been around for like
it's something else.
Yeah, exactly. I believe it's something else. But I also believe that the Aurora has anti-grav technology, and just from some of these that I've seen, that Skunk Works and DARPA and these really black dark projects that they've been working on in the California desert. I think it's real. I mean, now that of course the video that we just saw, that's not necessarily anti-gravity. That's like some kind of kick-ass pulse.
Awesome propulsion. Yeah.
Well, that video, if that's from 16 years ago, I mean, to think,
who knows?
It'd be a little naive to think that they haven't in some way perfected that technology a little bit more and tested it more, and they I know they have, but to think that was 16 years ago, I mean, that's almost 20 years ago. That's crazy.
Well, yeah. And if you think about it, and I know you're going to give me shit for saying this, Aaron, but when you buy a PC, not a Mac,
a piece of crap.
Shut up. That thing's obsolete. A PC or a laptop is obsolete in 5 years. So imagine what they've done with that thing in 16 years.
Well, yeah,
I know.
Well, look at we're already at iPhone 15, right? So
yeah. I'd say if you're buying a PC and it runs Windows, it's obsolete next month.
I have an iPhone, okay? So
you knew he was going to give you shit about that, brother.
That's great. That's great. I like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Oscar on Instagram Live says it's pronounced Osocaris.
Osocaris. Okay, there you go. Well, it's a good thing.
Is that like you are so careless?
No, Osocaris.
Karis.
Osocaris. Oh shit! Osocaris, come and get us.
China is asshole.
Anyway, sorry.
Oh my god.
Florida Afterburner saying it's a futuristic Cold War movie. Okay, well, I guess there's one I'm gonna have to add to my list. Also got Hank checking in. What's up, Hank? Good evening, gents. I'll give you the hat tip there. Good evening, Hank.
Telling you, he keeps using that term
forever tipping there, brother.
Yeah, there we go. I am eternal.
Did you think that music is copyrighted at all?
Oh, dude, I'm sure it is. That channel has like 2 million followers.
Yeah, if we're talking about it.
Oh, dude,
figure out a way to show that video.
I know. Well, we use that audio on one of the B-52 videos from Red Flag, on our YouTube channel on one of our shorts. It's pretty funny.
Oh, that's right, we did. Okay, yes. Wadman, I should give you all crap for talking about my plane without me. We haven't started.
Well, we haven't even started yet, Wadman. So you showed up just in time.
Yeah,
your plane is the Aurora, and you're not telling us everything.
Or that's right.
Yeah. You're talking about that? Are you talking about the SR-72?
And
because that's what we're talking about.
that's right. Wadman, actually, we were waiting for you to so you could kind of chime in on this story. It's actually pretty interesting. So,
Oh yeah, Wadman's here. Let's go, guys.
yeah, exactly. Okay, see you. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Oh
Hey,
no, that's
Tony, before you put that story on screen, can you enlarge that before you actually put it on screen?
wait, hold on. That's what she said. Okay. Or do we need a where is it? Gotta find the buttons here.
I was gonna say you need me there
I do need
to
you
do
there.
the soundboard.
Jeez.
I know. It's I've kind of gotten a little bit rusty as far
Yeah.
as the buttons go, because Ryan's usually here doing the side.
There you go, Tony. That looks much better.
It's better. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, from this end.
Yeah, I still think that looks like the Spy versus Spy video or cartoons. But anyway, so the Air Force, they're having a few issues. We're going to show a video here with them kind of getting grilled in Congress about the readiness of their F-35s. We'll be talking about that a little bit in the BH world.
Yeah.
And then also there's like this report coming out of Kadena Air Base, which is in the Pacific, which could be affecting the readiness because of a toxic, lethal command culture. We'll talk about that here in a minute too.
You know, I've heard a few stories of issues like that over in that region, like with the Marine Corps too.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Not as much here, but this region here anyway.
Yeah, annoying.
Anyway, you guys didn't get the
Yeah.
reference.
No,
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Tommy boy, that was an easy one.
Yeah, and anyway, we'll talk about that too, and of course, why is the U.S. Air Force? Oh my God! Well,
Might as well start calling it the Air Farce.
man, we love our service members.
We do.
We love everything that the U.S. military stands for, as far as
Yeah.
patriotism, protecting our country,
our country, the military, absolutely. Men
but
and women in
some of the-
uniform.
Exactly. But some of the leaders right now, guys,
It's a little frustrating looking from the outside. Yeah.
it really is when you see what's going on. We'll talk about that here in a second. But first,
Ooh, look at that sexy airplane.
God, that's a beautiful airplane.
I love how it's like a lighter gray color.
Mhm. Yeah, that's
To,
cool.
to me, that means that they're going to operate it more during the day than at night. I mean, at night it would be just fine too, but obviously during the day, having that lighter grayish color, it's more camo like for the daytime, I would think.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. So, a couple people, or there's a couple of different spins on this story. One headline, and this headline actually is from the Aviationist, says the USAF confirms plans for 100 B-21s while already looking to the future. The different headline that we're getting, and this one is actually from the Aviation Geek Club. This headline is the USAF won't buy more than 100 B-21 Raiders because it may come up with something better by the time all those aircraft are built. So what are we talking, into the 2040s when these finally get delivered? I don't know. Anyway.
Well,
when was the B-2 or how, let me say this really quick.
Okay.
How many B-2s were planned for production and how many actually?
Yeah, there was at least, I don't know off the top of my head, but I know there was at least enough to replace the B-52s and the B-1s. So 100, 150. We'll have to look into that. If anybody can look that up and comment on what that was, but then we ended up with 21 of them.
Yeah. So isn't this just kind of a recycle of what we saw with the B-2? I mean, they're saying, because they could have been saying back then, I don't remember, but they could have been saying when the B-2 came out, well, there's a plan for this many, and they're looking to the future. Well, for all we know, the B-21 could have been already in the works, being designed and all that when the B-2 came out. So,
well, the B-2 and the F-117, I mean, we're talking 1970s, 1980s technology,
right?
and these guys, when these things,
yeah.
So, reading this story, the Air Force Chief of Staff, General David W.
Alvin.
told. Oh, by the way, Ryan, I like your. Let me turn this back off. I like your new wall decor.
Oh, it's just I just put a couple of things because I've been saying I'm going to paint this room for months now, but eventually I will paint and everything will be a lot better. But yes, I got the little shuttle back there and F-18 back there. But thanks for noticing.
Yeah, cool. Wanted
It's a
to
cardigan, but thanks for noticing. You see what?
There you go. That little YF-22 model.
Yep, the little YF-22 back there that I've got. I've got a bunch of other models throughout the room. They're on my desk, but since you guys are mentioning it, I'll show you my favorite one. This is my favorite one.
Okay, hold on.
Oh yeah.
This is one that Dad actually gave me.
Look at that Strike Eagle.
It's a wooden Strike Eagle, and I still haven't put the decals on it yet, just because I've been waiting.
Do you know what Tel Flash that one is?
Shoot, I don't. I'll have to look at the box and remember. But
okay,
it's made of wood.
Yeah, because the box isn't in here.
That's
but
cool.
I'll look and I'll
okay, cool.
And I'll have to let you know. But
and then Hank chimes in and says planned was 132 B2s.
Okay. Oh, there you go. And we only got 21, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Damn,
wow. Dude. It's the same excuse as why the F-22 production was cut short. It was just, I don't know. Some of our leaders, man, just don't think far enough ahead.
Well, we're gonna talk about some of these things too. There's some good ones and there's some really bad ones. But anyway, back to the story. Sorry, squirrel.
Hey, since we're squirreling it, can you tell me what shuttle that is in the background?
Oh, hold on. You got to hold the photo up because I can't see it.
I can't see it from here.
All right. Sorry. Sorry, brother. I didn't mean to interrupt.
We'll eventually get to this story. Pardon the interruption, ladies and gentlemen.
I know.
Well, I kind of have to cover it. Hold on. I have to cover it because it says it at the bottom, but.
All right. I'm going to guess the Challenger.
It looks like cool. Well, so I can't tell. Hold it up closer to the camera, brother.
Zoom in on this, eh? Oh, you can see my light.
Zoom in on this.
I'm gonna guess Columbia.
Do the cha-ching, Tony, for Aaron.
Fuck.
Columbia 7 in memory of the Columbia orbiter and her crew.
All right.
There you go.
Okay.
Columbia had that I don't even know what the hell it was, like a little antenna or little ball at the top of the vertical fin.
Mm-hmm.
And that was unique to the other orbiters, so that's how I knew it was Columbia.
Nice.
All
right.
That's right.
Anyway, Tony, continue with your story. Sorry about that.
And back to our regularly scheduled programming. Anyway, so third try. Here we go. Air Force Chief of Staff, General David W. Alvin, told the Senate Armed Services Committee on April 16th. I'm guessing that's the same committee that we've got a clip from talking about the readiness of the F-35.
Yeah.
I think so.
That the USAF won't buy more than 100 B-21 Raiders because it may come up with something better by the time all those aircraft are built. While the B-21 is the future of our bomber force, Alvin told the SASC that fresher, more effective technology may appear before the planned B-21 production run is complete, making the Air Force hesitant to commit to any more just yet, Air and Space Forces magazine reports. 100 B-21s is the program record. Alvin said Northrop Grumman is the B-21 prime contractor. I think we're not going to reach that number until probably the mid-2030s and beyond, he said. I think that there are other technological advances that we would see to be able to augment that and have a better mix before we commit to that being the platform. That will serve as the backbone of the future bomber Air Force beyond that. The USAF has stuck to 100 B-21s as part of a fleet that also includes 75 B-52s, 45 B-1Bs until the early 2030s, even though heads of Global Strike Command and various think tanks have voiced a requirement for as many as 225 to 250 Raiders. The USF stated goal USAF's stated goal has been to neck down to just the B-21 and the B-52 as a bomber force. Alvin did not elaborate on whether other technologies the Air Force is considering, or what other technologies they're considering to augment the B-21.
See, right there, a clever journalist said, we asked him, but he said he could tell us, but then he'd have to kill us. Basically, he's saying he can't say, right?
Well, and this kind of goes along with the, and I think we talked about this a little bit a few months ago, about the Air Force saying that they're not really going to be married to, for lack of a better term, a certain platform or technology long term, like they have in the past, like the F-16, the F-15. They're kind of speeding up the development and introduction of different technologies. Do you remember that story that we were talking about?
Yeah, that was Dr. Roper during the Trump administration.
Yes.
And but I think once Humpty Dumpty took over, I think that all went away.
You're being too kind, brother. Too kind.
It's
just so funny to me. It's so funny to me that they would go with something that's not even mission ready yet, and won't be, they won't have the full amount of deliveries they're projecting into the 2030s. Now, granted, it is 2024, and then something that was developed almost 100 years prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? With the B-50, no, not 100 years, but 75.
Yeah. I mean, by the time that they retire the last B-52, there's a good chance it could be around 100 years. That's for sure.
I know. It's pretty crazy.
Especially since they're re-engineering all of them.
Right.
But so there's a bunch of, aviation industry podcasts and websites that we read, and specifically there's one called the Aerospace Advantage, and they were actually talking to industry leaders and also people part of what was it called, the Air Force Research Laboratory. And it was about hypersonics, this episode that I listened to, and they were talking about specifically focused on hypersonic strike.
Well, I would think
that's what it is. I guarantee you, if that's what it is they're working on hypersonic strike aircraft that will supplement B-21 and B-52, and we're going to actually have 3 bombers. And I'm sure that's what this is about. I mean, they obviously need B-21s as soon as possible because, B-1s are just getting older and they're freaking flown so hard. At least they were, especially during Afghanistan. They're wearing out. B-52s, they're getting new engines, but I mean, we're talking about technologies from the 50s, for God's sake.
Well, yeah.
Right.
As far as airframe goes. Still capable bomber. I mean, it's badass. I mean, we just saw them at, Red Flag 24-2, and every time they launch, come back, you still just in awe. But, it's going to be B-21, B-52, and hypersonic strike bomber.
Is the B-21 Raider supposed to be supersonic? I'm guessing.
No.
I didn't think.
Yeah,
no,
probably
subsonic.
Not.
Right.
Subsonic, high altitude strike.
So you've got a really slow vintage aircraft in the B-52. In the B-21 Raider, you've got a high altitude, stealthy aircraft. And then in the hypersonic, you got something that's really fucking fast. I mean, they've got all the bases covered here when you think about it.
Yeah.
And when you think of the SR-72, that's planned to be hypersonic. The Aurora, I mean, that might be, anti-gravity and like
could be part of a new hypersonic bomber strike aircraft.
Now,
never know.
Capable. Make it.
Can you guys educate me a little bit? And maybe just because we have a podcast doesn't mean we're always the smartest and know everything, at least speaking for myself. But what's what would be the difference and how would you classify between like supersonic and hypersonic?
Hypersonic is everything from Mach 5 and above.
Oh damn.
In the atmosphere. So
okay. So we're talking about something to go up and launch actually something through the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And just get there a lot faster. Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah, hypersonic is anything Mach 5 and above. And what the technology they're working on now, and actually that Aerospace Advantage podcast I was talking about, they had somebody on from GE, and obviously GE, they make their jet engines, have been for decades. Well, they're working on the technology, kind of like that one company. What's that one company that's working on the private hypersonic aircraft? They have that quarter horse jet. Shit, I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I know who you're talking about. I can picture it, but I can't.
They're working on ways to make like a dual mode scramjet, ramjet with a regular turbine, so they can take off like a normal aircraft, go supersonic, go hypersonic, and then come back too. That's the technology you'd need to build a hypersonic bomber.
It's Hermes.
Yeah, Hermes. There you go.
I'm not really I just looked it up.
Oh, I was going to say, I just looked it up too. There it is, Hermes. So, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to see shit like that. Right. Absolutely.
And also to, here we go. I'm going to show this really quick let's see. No, I don't want to do that. Freaking ad block. Okay. So I just looked up supersonics and hypersonics for dummies.
Oh, thanks, brother.
Not because of your question. It's because of it's a valid question. Okay.
No, I honestly didn't know. I knew hypersonic was faster, but I didn't know the qualification. I had no idea it was Mach 5 and above. That's pretty damn fast.
Right. So a turbojet, it takes in, if you look at it takes in the air, it compresses it with all the different stages, it's mixed with fuel and then shot out the back.
Okay.
A ramjet doesn't use any kind of turbines, apparently. It just takes that, and then the scramjet, compression, propulsion, expansion. So it compresses the incoming air, then it mixes it with combustion, then it expands at a super fast rate.
Gotcha. So the Dark Star in the beginning of Top Gun, that's a hypersonic craft, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember he says switching into scramjet or something like that. There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's all making sense. Thanks, brothers.
That's right. That's right. And there it is. SR-71 was a hybrid between like a ramjet and just your regular turbine, because it actually had some advanced technology. And that's crazy. I mean, that was 50s and 60s.
Right. Right. Yeah, that is crazy.
So like you saw on the SR-71 right here, that's the shock cone. It's actually designed to control the airflow. Those were movable, weren't they?
And that's such a cool plane. Those retracted, and I mean they were movable. They moved in and out.
It helped.
And that's how they controlled the airflow. Yep, exactly.
Exactly. So ramjet is a jet engine that uses the forward motion of the engine to produce thrust. Since it produces no thrust when stationary, no ram air, ramjet powered vehicles required assisted takeoff, like a rocket assist, accelerated to a speed where it can actually produce thrust. Ramjets are used in different types of munitions. Ramjets go from speeds of Mach 3 to Mach 6 estimated. Now with a scramjet, different to a ramjet, a scramjet has a shock cone. So this is the intake right here. And there's no shock cone, and slows the airflow using shock waves produced by its ignition source, Jesus, in place of a shock cone. Basically, it goes zoom really fucking fast and keeps the temperature down so it can burn the fuel efficiently. And
it's the air going into the intake that actually helps it, and it's super efficient at those speeds. Wow. It actually uses that air, and then they ignite fuel with it, and And that's why you can't have a scramjet unless you're already traveling super fast, because you have to have that air going that fast into the intake.
So this is from aminoapps.com. This is just a thread from a guy. His name is Zero Went German. He says, "Hey, retards. So here's the basics of scramjets and ramjets. Scrap in and actually pay attention, some of you." I'm not sure how this is relevant.
Wow. All
But
right.
Anyway. Nice.
He might not have many friends.
I'm guessing no. But anyway, so there's your quick lesson as far as scramjet, ramjet, and supersonic, hypersonic.
Well, thanks.
There you go.
I needed that. Thank you.
On Instagram Live, Oscar did say Hermias, so he also knew. And the creep THEKREAP on Instagram Live also says, "Reach out and touch anyone." That is very true. Quickly.
Right?
Well, that's speaking of like hypersonic. That's just scary to think. Like that messes with everyone's military's response time. I mean, when you think how quickly you could get something around the world, like that's scary.
Well, that's how intercontinental ballistic missiles work.
Yeah.
They go up into the atmosphere and then they re-enter the atmosphere going just fucking crazy Mach numbers.
And they're called a ballistic missile because of the flight pattern that they take, and then they accelerate actually when they're actually
and the nice thing about hypersonic, just like the X-15, that was hypersonic. That went almost Mach 7.
Yeah.
That was rocket powered. You could control it.
But only for a very short period of time.
Yeah, because it only had so much fuel on board.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if you think about it, man has actually been traveling in hypersonic vehicles for, ever since X-15. But also, Ryan just showed us the space shuttle photo. The space shuttle, when it started entering the atmosphere, it was traveling Mach 25, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And the reason it had to do so many S-turns as it entered the atmosphere was to slow down because it was going so fast.
Yeah.
And so, hitting the atmosphere, going Mach 25, and then, Mach 20, Mach 15, Mach 10. The space shuttle was, I guess technically hypersonic because it was traveling at those speeds, even though, obviously it it wasn't under its own power when it came into the atmosphere. But anyway, lots of crazy stuff, man.
Oh yeah. Brett Johnson says, "What's up, guy?"
Hey, Brett.
If he's talking to, but
he's probably talking to me. Just kidding.
Talk to you?
No, he's talking to all of us. I'm just kidding. What's up, Brett?
The collective we.
That's right.
What the royal we. What movie's that? The royal we.
Oh gosh, you got me on that one.
Oh, come on!
The royal.
Oh, you're killing me. The royal we.
I
can't. Lebowski.
Oh, damn.
Say that
anyway.
Damn.
Well, in that first palate cleansing video that we showed, by the way, that was obviously just this crazy. Oh, by the way, we didn't need you to correct it, Brett. We were.
I know we knew
everybody's shit. We love you, man. Thank you so much for watching. But so that first video that we showed, that was a pulse type of engine, and that's one of the technologies as well that's used, that I understand, in hypersonic flight. One of the technologies that they're experimenting with. So again, having that technology with that type of a pulse engine available back then in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty scary as to
yeah, it is.
What can be. Now, speaking of the B-21 Raider, and no, we're not saying the B-21 Raider is hypersonic.
Hold on. You know what's funny?
What?
You notice that Wadman is just fucking quiet because he doesn't want to get in trouble.
I know, Tony. You should play the crickets.
Oh, Matt Wadman. Hello, calling Mr. Wadman. Matt Wadman.
No, we don't want him to get in trouble. So
no, we're just kidding.
We don't. So cool shot here. This is from the Aviationist. B-21 Raider spotted during test flight. There it is.
There you go. And there's actually, does it have the video in this too? Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if there's the video. Oh, yeah. So a video appears to show the Northrop Grumman B-21 Raider bomber during a test flight over California. The B-21 is carrying out test flights out of Edwards Air Force Base in California, where the aircraft landed at the end of its first flight from Air Force Plant 42 in Palmdale on November 10th.
Can't believe that was already from November, dude.
Wow.
Although the U.S. Air Force and Matt Wadman have been tight-lipped about the status of the secretive aircraft since then, with no further details or photos of the bomber's first flight. I added the Wadman.
I was waiting for you to hit the "that's what she said" after tight-lipped, but anyway, go ahead.
See, I need you here, brother. You'll be here next week for the podcast, right?
Yeah, I will.
All right. Acknowledge that the flight test campaign is proceeding after a possible safety chase aircraft was spotted on flight tracking websites with the call sign Raider. A spokesman confirmed, in fact, that the bomber flew on January 2017.
January 2017. January 17th, 2024.
Yeah, there you go. Is Tony frozen?
He froze. He said January 2017.
Look at Tony. Oh, dang, he already cut out.
Oh, he already clicked out. Dang it.
Dang,
that was a good
one. That was pretty funny. But yeah, so that video, and I can, okay, Tony, it looks like, no. Oh yeah, Tony's back up. But it's a video of some dude
what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. You totally froze up there, brother. But anyway.
Hi, I'm back.
Do you have the article pulled up? You can go ahead and continue.
Put it back up again. You can continue saying what you were saying, though. So
okay. I was just talking about the video, but now that you're back up, we can continue on.
All right. So when I froze up, Ryan was giving me shit about saying the bomber flew on January 2017.
Yeah, which is what you said, but it was January 17th, 2024. Right. So it was exactly 4 months ago, right?
3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, math is hard. I know.
Yeah.
A flight test was rumored to have taken place on March 28th, however. Rumors have it the B-21 flew today. This could be the official first test flight, if it's true. Chase plane is up. So here's...
okay.
So some normal but interesting aircrafts. Come on, Colin, dude.
I know. Come on.
Out of Edwards today, along with Beach 200 sporting the Raider 09 call sign. It's possible the B-21 is back flying today for further testing. I don't know if there's oh, there's the video. Okay.
Yeah.
Stealth bomber, which was named Cerberus, took to the skies again on April 4th, 2024, as a video posted on X and shot with a smartphone seems to show. The clip that appears to be genuine shows the B-21 Raider flying at high altitude, apparently with the landing gear retracted, whereas during the first flight, as always happens with all aircraft, the gear remained down for, okay, blah, blah, blah. We know that. Let's just watch the video. How about that?
I would love to.
What do you think?
Ooh, look at that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is B-21
awesome.
Radar, baby.
Radar.
Radar.
It,
radar.
If it looks kind of spooky and UFO-ish, that makes it more badass, if you ask me.
I know. Look at just how ominous that thing looks. And now it's not flying at that speed. That's a slow motion.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Still,
yeah,
though.
it doesn't have anti-gravity. But
yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty cool, brother.
It just starts spinning like this and just goes into the sky.
Yeah,
that thing looks pretty badass. I'm excited to witness that in person someday.
These are those hats that Wadman sent us.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's is it Cerebro? What is it called again?
Cerebro.
Yeah, not Cerebro.
Yeah. What is
Cerebrus?
it? How is it spelled?
I can't remember. we'll have to look at the article, but that's what that mythical creature is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cerberus. Yes, exactly.
Cerberus, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. So
Anyway,
I have
that's
one
a
of
cool
those,
hat.
Aaron.
Yeah, we all
Okay.
3 got one.
And then
Sweet.
here's one of the challenge coins that we
Yeah,
got.
that's actually a
That one's,
beer opener, can
B8.
opener, or a bottle
Yeah.
opener too.
Yep.
Yeah. Oscar says it's not a boomerang, Ryan.
Yeah, I know, right?
The boomerang.
And the creep says Tony froze up because they are listening.
Yeah, no shit, right?
That's true. That could be.
They're definitely always listening.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that's cool. Gotta love the B-21 Raider, man.
Got back.
I can't wait to see when I can't wait for the first time it's at Red Flag.
Oh, dude, I can't. I mean, if we hear that sucker's going to be at Red Flag, we'll make sure we're there regardless.
Oh, you're kidding me? By the way, Brett Johnson says I'm not funny.
Nice.
He also says, this is why he said I'm not funny. If they decrease the delivery number, maybe it'll be 21 units.
Oh God, hope not.
Yeah, I hope not too. And then Wadman says, I'm catching up on these in case you guys have showed them or not. I don't know if you have.
No, we haven't actually. We've just been
Wadman
talking.
says, hey, it's public. I can discuss public things. Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So why so quiet?
No longer a stealth.
There's nothing public to talk about because they keep it so under wraps.
I know. That's all right.
So true. All right. So let's see. Gosh.
Yeah, Oscar says B-21 and B-2 at Red Flag. Hell yes, that would be awesome. I can't wait to see a B-21 and a B-2 do a flyby together.
Yeah, like
That'll
a heritage flight.
Oh, dude.
That would be a crazy heritage flight.
That'll be sick.
Yeah. Now, here we go. Here's one to get you thinking. An F-117, a B-2, and a B-21 flight.
Walked into a bar. Oh, I think that's what you were going to say.
Hey, we can dream, can't we? Come on.
Yes. Yes, we can.
We can. Let's see. So our next, I've got another palette cleansing video here I want to show you. And this kind of goes along with our next story involving Sir Lancelot. Let's see.
Sir Lancelot, Monty Python, what?
You'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh, bad zoot.
Wadman says, can't talk if you don't invite me. LOL. You're always welcome to chat there, brother. What are you talking about, Wadman?
We just need to have him on the podcast again.
Yeah, I know. We need
That's
to.
probably what he's talking about.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
we need to.
All right. So here's our next video. Let's see here.
Yeah, this is awesome. We saw Big Sexy at Red Flag last year. Remember that one that came in?
Yeah, it was unexpected.
Yeah, it's the one we chased down the boulevard to go down to Cheyenne.
Here's a nice little flyby. So if you're wondering where this is,
listen to that.
Love the howl.
Yeah, dude. The DC-10, KC-10 sound when it's, love it.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Tony, go ahead and explain what you're going to say.
Oh, so if you're wondering where this is actually at the Museum of the Air Force, the Dayton, Ohio, at
Wright-Patterson, right?
Yeah, Wright-Patterson. Thank you. I couldn't think of the name of the Air Force Base. So this KC-10 actually came from, in fact, I'll minimize the video here.
Wasn't it from Travis?
Yep. So this is posted by KC-10 Driver, also a good follow on X/Twitter at MCCCANM. I didn't know any were going to museums. This makes me happy. So from the National Museum of the Air Force, check out this flyby from the latest addition to the National Museum of the Air Force. Special thanks to the crew and Travis Air Force Base, California. So
yeah, man, you know
crazy.
that the aircraft time is coming to an end when they start delivering it to the Air Force Museum.
Yeah, no
It
doubt.
makes me so sad. It really does.
But yeah, KC-10. It's going to be sad not seeing any more KC-10s, but those are just sick.
It really is. But
I mean, FedEx is retired all their DC/MD-10s that they had.
right, exactly.
Now they only have MD-11s.
Yep.
And then now the Air Force is, they're retiring all their KC-10s.
Yep. I got to fly on a DC-10 from San Francisco to Honolulu. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and a few years ago, the Dutch retired their KC DC-10s, and we actually saw those at Red Flag a few years ago.
Yeah,
we saw one.
Yep.
Which was cool to see before they got rid of them. Now they have their A330, MRTTs, but
So going from something sad, seeing a KC-10 extender flying to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, that was a cool flyby, by the way. But seeing it go in to be retired brings us to our next story. It's called a segue. So good news. This is kind of cool. The B-1B Lancelot is being resurrected for active service. After being flown out of a long-term storage at the Boneyard, the bomber is now being regenerated and upgraded to replace a B-1B that was lost to a fire. There she is. Yeah,
that's awesome. You can just see that it's been sitting in the desert.
Jeez, I know.
What a gorgeous picture. I just love that thing. So this is from Thomas New Dick, as opposed to Thomas Old. Never mind. The B-1B Lancer's U.S. Air Force career may be heading towards its own conclusion, but the service is in the process of returning to service one of the aircraft it previously decommissioned. The swing wing jet, nicknamed Lancelot, will replace another aircraft that was written off after a catastrophic engine fire during routine maintenance at Dyess Air Force Base in Texas in 2022. An incident you can read all about by clicking the link. Anyway, we're not going to go there. The Air Force recently confirmed that B-1B Lancelot, which is the serial number 85-0081, has arrived at Tinker Air Force Base, Oklahoma, where it will undergo the regeneration process before rejoining the Air Force fleet.
Nice.
Let me see if I can translate this.
China is asshole.
Okay. I'll move on. Originally built as the 41st production Lancer, part of the Lot 4 production batch, 85-0081 was previously nicknamed Equalizer and Aftershock. I don't know. I kind of like Aftershock better, don't you?
It sounds like a transformer.
Yeah,
exactly.
kind of does.
Saying. Even Equalizer was cool, but Lancelot's kind of cool too. But and it was involved in a nose gear collapse at Diego Garcia in December 2004. This caused the B-1 fleet to be grounded pending inspection of the nose landing gear. Look at that, beautiful. After returning to service and spending years flying around the globe, the aircraft was delivered to the 309th Aerospace Maintenance and Regeneration Group, the AMARG, at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, Arizona, near Tucson, for long-term storage in March of 2021. Lancelot had been decommissioned as part of the divestiture of 17 B-1s, in line with the February 2020 Air Force decision to cut down the 62-strong Lancer fleet. Congressional approval for that move then came under the NDAA for fiscal year 2021. Of the 17 retired aircraft, 13 went to AMARG, of which 4, including 85-0081, were retained in Type 2000 reclaimable storage. Type 2000 involves the aircraft being maintained in a way that makes it easier to return them to service should that be necessary, especially due to any future potential combat losses or accidents. The other 9 were permanently retired in Type 4000 storage. The other 4 were assigned for ground training, testing, or for preservation in museums. The decision to remove Lancelot from AMARG was made by the Air Force's Strategic Plans and Programs Office as a replacement for the B-1 that caught fire at Dyess in the flight line incident on April 20th of 2022, when the aircraft was receiving routine engine maintenance. Consideration had been given to repairing the fire damaged aircraft, but ultimately it was deemed cheaper to return Lancelot to service to ensure the B-1 fleet meets its congressionally mandated size.
That's what she said.
And sorry, and maintains its operational readiness. When the incident occurred at Dias, the B-1 fleet numbered 45, but since then another example of an aircraft has been written off. This was the aircraft that crashed at Ellsworth Air Force Base in bad weather, South Dakota, on January 4th.
That aircraft right there that we caught last year at Red Flag.
Yep, exactly.
That's the one, huh?
That's the exact one right there.
There it is. Yes, it is. So I just want to ask, we got to move along. We've covered a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, we have.
I know.
Like, if the aircraft was lost in 2022, why is it taken so long to decide to pull one out of storage? Now I know
it's probably because they had two losses. They probably figured with one loss they could probably make it work for the short amount of time the B-1s are still going to be operational.
That's true.
But now that two, they're probably like, yeah, we need to pull one out. And,
and the other one just happened. So
I got a couple photos here. So this is down at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. This is from 2004 when we were down there. Ryan, this was that trip that you came down right after you had gotten struck by lightning working the ramp.
Oh, that's right. This is the trip where we saw the 747 tanker.
Yeah, the super tanker.
Yeah.
But anyway, so here's one. Now these are the early retired B-1s. These aren't the ones that happened over the last several years, but these are the early ones. So you can see they're parting this one out, keeping the current fleet, maintained. But that's an old jet from Dice. And then this next shot is really cool. So the one on the bottom left is an Edwards Air Force Base tail flash. So there's a B-1 there. Cool. And then the other one is also an Ellsworth.
Look at those C-141s in the background.
Oh, dude. There's cool. So many cool Davis-Monthan shots that we got. There were C-141s. Dude, rows and rows of F-4 Phantoms back then, rows and rows of F-14 Tomcats back then.
I think you can see, put up the first picture again that you had from...
this one.
There's some F-4
Phantoms. You can see some F-4s there. There were some tons of C-141s still there when we did that. We'll have to do a show sometime and show all those photos of that. They had A-7 Corsairs, T-2 Buckeyes.
Damn.
Just
everything.
Some classic stuff, dude. A-10As in the old green camo from the Euro camo.
That'd be cool.
But anyway. So anyway, it's good to see another bone back in the action. It'll be cool to see if we can see it. Red Flag coming up in the next few years.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's good to hear one of those coming back and not going away. That's for sure. Yeah.
I agree. So that's some pretty cool news for the Air Force. On the flip side, I'm going to talk about this really quick. We're going to play a little bit of this video too.
This is
this is just kind of frustrating, and it's like one of those oh shit moments when you know that you're being raked over the coals. So this is coming from Twitter. This was posted actually by Representative Matt Gaetz. He's like Mr. Firebrand when it comes to Congress.
Yeah, and we need to. BH is watching. He went to dinner tonight, and so he was watching on Instagram Live, and he says, "I'm headed home. Don't share the good stuff yet." And you may want to mute it for a little bit here, BH.
Oh yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Okay, so this is the actual post from Representative Gaetz. Breaking. U.S. Air Force Secretary admits that less than a third of F-35s built by Lockheed Martin are operationally capable. The Pentagon has given too much power to the defense contractors that are bilking American taxpayers. It's not going to get better unless we demand accountability. It's also not going to get better with the current fucking administration, but I digress. All right, here we go. We're going to play this video.
The F-35 is our signature Air Force platform. What percentage of them are fully mission capable today? Mr. Secretary.
Congressman, if you give me a second, I'm going to pull up my card and give you an exact answer.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Your eyes are probably better than mine.
Yeah, and he's grinning while he's
55%.
Yep.
Is the number we have for operational availability.
Full operationally capable. 55%.
for
Is that,
operational
do you think that's a good number or a bad number?
I think that's not a good number.
Failing.
I wouldn't put it quite in that category.
A D?
I'd ask General Alvin to comment on that. It's a number we'd like to see something.
Yeah, well, the reason
closer.
I ask is because we got testimony that is a little contrary to that. Lieutenant General Schmidt, head of the F-35 program, gave testimony to the TAL subcommittee at HASC, and that testimony was that as of February of 2023, so a little over a year ago, only 29% were fully mission capable.
I think we need to talk the difference between operational availability and mission capable.
Okay, so how many are fully mission capable today?
I do not have that number, but I would not dispute what the JPO has in front. And I would look
29%. So fully mission capable, 29%. You have no basis to dispute that, but you don't really know if it's true or false.
I have no basis to dispute it, but I would like to.
So you would agree that 55% is like a D, that 29% is definitely failing, right?
For fully mission capable, but the missions that they can accomplish.
I go meet with the folks at the 33rd at Eglin Air Force Base in the district I represent, and they're doing a lot of, there's a lot of mission there, but like even the guys who are also at Eglin doing test, they end up being at the very end, right? And I totally get why you want your operational squadrons to be the most capable, but then test gets put to the end, and then we're not meeting our needs. Like, I just think anyone watching this, one, would be surprised that you, General, don't know the exact percentage that are operationally capable. And two, I think people would be surprised that it's 29%. And this GAO report that I found on breakingdefense.com that I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record, it says that the reason we are not capable is because you guys at the Pentagon have given too much power to Lockheed Martin and its subcontractors for sustainment. Do you believe Lockheed Martin has been given too much power on the sustainment of the F-35?
I believe that Lockheed Martin has more power than in some other weapon systems. They do have the contracted logistics system that was part of the procurement plan that was put in place 20 or some years ago.
Well, right, I mean, but it's not working. If the Lockheed Martin built the F-35, only 29% of them are fully operationally capable right now. We've all agreed that's failing. So now the question is, why is it failing? And this GAO report says the reason it's failing is because the fox is watching the hen house. Because the very contractor bilking the taxpayer for this platform is now in a position where they can't sustain it. Do you have a basis to disagree with that conclusion?
I have a long history with the F-35, and I inherited the program. I came into it in 2010. It was a few years into production at that point. And the first time I saw the program laid out, the schedule for it and so on, and when the decisions and points were going to be, the question I asked, and I'm going to quote myself, who's running this program, the government or Lockheed Martin? That's a quote from 2010.
I think you have your answer, Mr. Secretary.
And we set up the program, and it was originally set up under a philosophy of management called total system performance, which essentially gave to the prime contractor complete control of the program. We did not acquire the intellectual property to allow the government to come in and step in and control the program.
It sounds like
we are still fighting that problem today.
Well, right, but that is such important testimony for us to hear. Every member of the committee heard that. The government isn't running this program. Lockheed Martin's running this program.
That was a
not sure the government would be better, though.
What's the answer to the question, Mr. Secretary? Because only 29% of them are operationally capable.
We took a lot of steps to try to get that under control. I once imposed a production contract on Lockheed. I dictated a price to them because we couldn't get a negotiation done. I did a unilateral contract. Let them take me to court if they wanted to. They chose not to. put in place program managers who were very firm with the contractor and insisted on performance. We've had some conversations with the current head of the JPO, and we've had conversations with the CEO of Lockheed.
I appreciate those conversations. I've always found you to be the truth teller. You're always very honest with the committee and straightforward. The problem is the tail here is wagging the dog, and it's not going to get better unless there's accountability for the fact that their planes don't fly. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back.
Wow.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's not the greatest news for the readiness of the United States Air Force, just saying.
Yeah, it's frustrating because F-35 is a badass aircraft, and everybody, all the pilots, from FAST, to Bayo to Mach to other pilots that we've interacted with that fly F-35 say they wouldn't want to fly anything else into battle because of the capability of F-35. The problem we're talking about here is the readiness. How many F-35s can execute the whole mission that was, the F-35 was intended for? Some of them might be able to go up and fight air to air. Some of them might only be able to go attack or,
Well, we just covered
suppression.
that story last week about the F-35A just now being recertified to fly in, stormy.
Yeah, thunderstorms and lightning. Yeah, exactly. So, I think back to when the F-16 was fairly early in its early operations, and they were a lot of people called it the lawn dart because it was crashing, having issues, killing pilots, all this. But you look at the F-16 now, and it's been an amazing fourth gen fighter for decades.
Every aircraft,
one of the best in the world. Yeah. Every aircraft, but there's enough F-35s and enough hours in the F-35, and enough nations operating F-35 that I think the readiness issue should probably be a little bit better than where it's at. And I get what Representative Gates is talking about, but would it really make a difference if government was more in charge of something? Most things government touches really isn't that efficient. So I just think they just need to get the best, the brightest, put FAST in charge of the damn F-35 program, dude. And it would be like, lock on. So anyway.
Well, what's concerning about that?
We're rooting for F-35.
Yes.
Well, absolutely. What's concerning about that, just listening to that, is when he talks about, the tail wagging the dog. It's like,
how's that beer, brother?
It's good. The beer is good. What's concerning is he's talking about them having too much control, and it's like, I don't know what's better either, Aaron. You talk about the government. I don't know if the government being in more control of it would be better, but at least maybe the military would have a little bit more oversight into it. And you don't have, because the thing that pops into my head is a company, these boards and board members and stuff, they can probably be bought out if they needed to be, if there was some bad things that they wanted to try to do. And like, is the lack only 29% being combat ready or full readiness or whatever they call it, is that on purpose or is that negligence? You know what I mean? And but if it goes to government, it could be the same thing. So I don't know.
I think it's a little bit of like Star-Lord would say, bit of both.
Bit of both. Yeah.
So
it's could it be negligence? Could it be criminal? Could it be deliberate?
It's almost like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's almost like there's an organized group trying to tie our military's hands behind their back.
Current administration. Excuse me. Sorry, I had something.
Exactly. And it's not just the readiness of the F-35. It's our entire military readiness.
It's the whole military. Exactly.
It's the whole toxic culture of the military. Funny you should mention that. We're going to talk about our next story here really
Well, I
quick.
can't remember a time in my life, and, you know, I'm only in my 40s, but I can't remember a time in my life where I felt this way, meaning like you've heard so many stories about lack of readiness, preparedness, people, military getting let go because of the not getting the jab. Like our
Right.
military, it just, in all the years I've been alive and paying attention to this shit, the last 3 to 4 years have been the worst when it comes to our military. I mean, look at the fucking whatever he is, for God's sakes, the guy that looks like a woman, and I don't even remember his name because it makes me sick.
The Surgeon General.
I don't know. It's
Who wears
it's
a fake
irritating.
fucking uniform and
I know.
Yeah,
It's
so
vain clown.
it's awful.
oh man. Anyway,
one of
well,
the biggest things, really quick before we move on to the next story, is one of the biggest things when it comes to readiness is not only the physical readiness of the equipment, the status, it's the readiness of the airmen, the soldiers, the seamen. I always thought that was a funny name for anyway. But it's that camaraderie that forms between the service members, and they're more concerned about this fucking DEI. They're paying for gender reassignment surgeries.
I know. Some of this stuff is just out, like, just
and I think
crazy.
that stuff in those policies, I think they're meant to demoralize our service members. I really do, because if you're
weaken us intentionally.
I think it is. I think it's meant to weaken us intentionally. If you're going to be in a foxhole with a fellow Marine or an Army Ranger or whoever, you need to be sure that when you're in that foxhole with that person, you need to trust each other with your lives. And if you've got somebody who is so confused about their gender and they think there's 50 different fucking genders and they've got this gender dysphoria, which in my opinion, sorry, YouTube, I don't fucking care, but it is an illness. It is a mental illness. And do I want that person next to me in that foxhole?
Yeah. I mean,
I
get your point, but we're getting a little off in the weeds here where we were at. The point is, we want our military to succeed. We don't want it focused on these crazy ass things that have nothing to do with national defense.
That's my point.
Yeah, right. And you know, somebody needs to be in charge of these programs.
Right.
Who's a patriot, who actually cares about the programs. In my opinion, you know, these programs like F-35 and how badass they are and how capable they are, we need those, not because so we can kill more people with them, but for deterrence, in my opinion. I think all of our equipment, all of our men and women in uniform, they need to have the best. They need to be the best for deterrence more than anything. And then God, you know, forbid we do have to go into some kind of kinetic conflict. I mean, we're not talking about it tonight, but the whole Iranian, you know, Israeli thing that happened over the last week, you know, I mean, they actually, like, you know, I mean, they're on the brink of this huge war there in the Middle East, and it's just crazy. But I don't know. I just think that we just need to focus on what it's about, and it's about deterrence, and deterrence is having the best, both men and women in uniform and equipment.
Yeah,
and that's why I've always supported, you know, spending money on these programs, because you have to have them to have that deterrence.
Well, and I don't know about you guys, but you know, the stories we've talked about the last few weeks about Boeing, and then seeing something like this, like, it's getting a little old to see hearings and panels and people being questioned and putting on record, but it just seems like nothing is changing. And so I sure hope that things change this year and things can start to turn around, and because our military is the best in the world, and we support them 100%, and it's just, God, I just wish something would change, so it gets a little irritating. But again, we always talk about digressing, but
Yeah. Well,
hopefully,
we always have spaghetti F-35 to look forward to.
I was
yeah,
just going to say to kind of expand on what Ryan said. It's just like that old funny thing. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing. Oh, it's
Yeah.
making me hungry. Okay, really quick on this next story. It kind of goes with what we're talking about. We're just going to read it really fast because
Yeah.
more fun stuff to come up with. So located. So this is coming from Gateway Pundit. Highly toxic lethal command culture at Kadena Air Force Base could weaken U.S. power in the Pacific. Again, this is about the physical and mental readiness.
I know.
Our
I
service-
know. I know. It's frustrating.
One of you guys want to read this really quick?
I don't have this one on screen or on my.
I mean, I can read it really fast. I'm not going to read the
I
whole
mean, yeah, just read the gist of it. I mean, I could read it too, but I can't scroll it because you have it uploaded on your screen.
Right. So if you don't know where Kadena Air Force Base is, it's 400 miles off the coast of China. Largely considered the hub of U.S. air power in the Asia Pacific region. However, as claims about military leadership rise, its combat mission could be compromised. The Gateway Pundit spoke to Jamie Walker, an Air Force member who has devoted many years to the defense of America. The service member used a pseudonym because of a concern about reprisals and emphasized views shared do not reflect those of the Department of Defense and the Air Force. While inside sources have shared the same experience, Walker has also been a witness to the highly toxic and lethal command culture at Kadena Air Base in Okinawa, Japan, having worked for several commands in a variety of environments throughout a lengthy career. He's never seen a level of dysfunction, mismanagement, and lack of oversight as resident at the airbase. He places the blame at the feet of the base's special operations wing leadership. In the service member's opinion, leadership is stagnant, risk averse, and nearly always absent on official business trips, essentially doing nothing more than attempting to survive wing command because it's the last stepping stone to a general officer. They're never
comforting.
Yeah, I know, right? They're never here. They're leading by proxy. They leave it to their deputies, to their staff. As a result, people who have no business being empowered are being given great empowerment in nearly every aspect of military affairs, often far beyond their capabilities, expertise, or experience. DEI kind of comes into mind when I'm thinking about this as well. For Walker, this allows corrosion to fester, and the subsequent decay allows vast overreach. GSE employees, general civilian employees, and even civilian contractors are being given excessive power because command will not shoulder the responsibility. This guy's an Air Force officer, by the way. He's not just some disgruntled airman that's a 1 or 2 striper. Many of these unqualified people are making decisions that have an impact on unit climate and culture, and they've never even served in the military. Some are even leading in areas that would require a clinical or educational background they do not possess, because they're leading people who are actually educated and credentialed in the field and who are the experts. Their authority over them is questionable at best. I just want to read this right here. Mission jeopardized. Air Force Colonel retired Rob Manis, a former bomber squadron commander with more than 30 years of service, expressed to the Gateway Pundit, there is a very fine line between leaders delegating authority effectively and leadership by proxy. Having served as a wing commander, he asserted that personal leadership effectiveness required constant effort and flexibility. If you want to read more on this, I think this is something that really needs to be brought attention to. Go to the Gateway Pundit. You can also find it on Twitter, on X, this story as well. We kind of talked about this a little bit as far as the culture goes before we talk to the story. So we won't talk too much about this anymore. But we just kind of wanted to bring that to everybody's attenzione.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously concerning, but just as with any story, you say, it's not just a disgruntled. Well, I mean, he could be right, but the temperature and the climate of everything we've seen and been reporting on the last few years kind of goes along with it. Yeah,
everywhere else in the military, not just Kadena Air Force Base, not just the U.S. Air Force.
I'm making the point that it's a little more believable.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, definitely. So, I'll just reiterate. Damn, I hope there's some changes soon, because I'd like to report more on fun things like the B-21 flying for the first time and stuff like that. Because man, this anyway.
Yep,
frustrating.
Quick palate cleansing video, man. It's been long, man. We're trying to fly through all these stories. Sorry, BH World. Okay, I'm here now. You can start the pod. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we did.
What the eighth kind of title is this podcast? All right. And then he says, "Wow, that was a great graphic you just showed. Which one was that? I'm wondering."
I don't know. I don't know.
Wadman says, "Speaking for myself, but you never want to hear a weapon you worked on was used, period." Yes.
True.
Totally
Very
agree.
true.
Totally agree.
Dude, don't feed it, man. Don't feed it. No pun intended.
Don't feed the beast. Okay. Really quick palate cleansing video before we move on to the next story. Check this shit out.
Is this the one in Dubai?
Yes. Yeah. Look at this.
Look at that rain.
Airport on the ramp.
Damn, I thought you were showing a video of a ship like out on a lake.
Right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a 737 MAX ocean liner.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Wow. That is crazy.
Oh my god.
That's what I'd be saying too.
Well, raining like that in the desert like that is pretty crazy. I heard that it had something to do with them cloud seeding, dude.
So apparently there was, I'm going to turn the volume down just so we can talk, because I know it kind of goes over it. But yeah, apparently there was this big storm system that was coming in, and it's the desert. They wanted to get a little bit more water, so they did a little bit of cloud seeding or geoengineering or chemtrails, if you want to call them. But anyway, the cloud seeding, I think, overproduced a little bit.
You think? Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's said that they routinely cloud seed as well when there are clouds nearby, so they can start to get some weather. But yeah, that was that's crazy. Hopefully, Dubai is drying out. But yeah, it definitely affected the Air Force. Okay, really fast. One more, couple more stories, and we're gonna get to our last two features. Let's see. Here we go. Sorry, guys. We're running a little bit long. Okay.
Oscar on Instagram Live says, "Who had a flooded desert on their bingo card?"
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. BH World says, "So if you make it a spaghetti stovall, can a piece of garlic bread be the fan inlet?" Asking for a friend.
Dude.
Wow.
I don't know. Was BH like raised by a couple of meatballs or something? I don't understand.
It's too funny. All right. So really quick, this is coming from the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, California Institute of Technology from NASA. This is kind of sad. The final downlink shift by the Ingenuity team was a time to reflect on a highly successful mission and to prepare the first aircraft on another world for its new roles. So engineers working on NASA's Ingenuity Mars helicopter assembled for one last time in a control room at the agency's JPL in Southern California on Tuesday, April 16th, to monitor a transmission from the history-making helicopter. While the mission ended January 25th, the rotorcraft remained in communication with the agency's Perseverance Mars rover, which serves as a base station for the Ingenuity. This transmission received through the antennas of NASA's Deep Space Network marked the final time the mission team would be working together on Ingenuity operations. Now the helicopter is ready for its final act to serve as a stationary test bed, collecting data that could benefit future explorers of the Red Planet. And just here's the final image that they released from the Ingenuity.
There it is.
Does that remind you guys of anything? Just
Tony. Leave it to Tony to mess up a good moment.
what does that look like? Come on. They couldn't maybe crop it a little bit or something.
An interesting frame, yeah, but
somebody at JPL is laughing their ass off. And I guarantee that there were probably a couple more images on the top and bottom left of that picture that they probably
Oh, jeez.
no, that's too much.
Yeah. Well, Godspeed, Ingenuity. You done good.
That was,
The first aircraft to fly on another planet.
That was a
And it was a helicopter.
very cool.
All right, guys. Gosh, I feel like I've just been kind of running the show tonight.
Well, because you have.
Oh, I guess I have, haven't I? Anyway, what do you say, brothers? Do you think it's time to fuck around and find out?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
So, if you guys remember last week, I think it was last week, right? There was this big eclipse that in the path of totality.
Yeah.
Covered a good
Oh
portion.
God, don't get me started.
We talked about that.
Yeah, path of totality. It's a really cool term. Well, it's pretty scientific, and this is a U.S. Congressperson, kind of dumbing it down a little bit for elementary school kids, and yeah,
Oh no, can't wait.
here we go. I'm just gonna play this. Oh my good lord!
And that's why the question is why.
Sorry, here we go.
And that's why the question is why or how could we as humans live on the moon? Are the gases such that we could do that? The sun is a mighty powerful heat that is almost impossible to go near the sun. And that's why the question is why or how could we as humans live on the moon? Are the gases such that we could do that? The sun is a mighty powerful heat.
Oh, this is
Did you,
It is almost
right
did you
clip.
start it over?
impossible
Yeah,
to
what
go
the
near the
hell?
sun.
That's not
and
the
that's why
right
the
clip
question-
there, brother.
The question is why or how
Damn
could
it.
we as humans
Okay, stop. Thank you.
You were running the show.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, let me go fix that really fast. You get the gist. She's a fucking moron.
You think?
She's telling these kids that the moon is made of gases, and that if you get near the sun, you might get burned.
Yeah, no shit.
By the way, do you guys know what her district is?
I don't know. I have no
Got to be
idea.
somewhere in California or Illinois
Or DC
or
or
DC.
something.
Okay,
New York.
her district is Houston, fucking Texas.
Ooh,
Oh my
yikes.
gosh, we're
Wouldn't have
NASA.
guessed
It's
that,
such a
yeah.
big part.
Headquarters of NASA
Interesting.
is in Houston, Texas.
Wow.
Anyway, that's what happens when you let dipshits like that, and you fuck around.
Well,
The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Sorry, brother, didn't mean to cut you off. What were you gonna say?
oh no, it's all good.
It's all good
It's
in
all-
the hood.
It's all good. I can't, politicians, man. It's hit and miss. No comment. Never mind. Jesus.
And keep telling this to kids. I just don't. Anyway,
Well, it's just like if you don't know anything about it, then just shut up and don't talk about it.
Yep.
Or get someone there. I'm sure you could find someone from NASA or from in Houston.
we made this just for BH World. Yeah.
Now,
love
of course, this is Babylon B, but still, it's pretty fun.
Giant ball of spaghetti sauce. There you go.
I guess she had a few words, and we don't have time, so I'm not going to play it. But a few choice words for Republicans for making fun of her. Miss Jackson Lee, I'm pretty sure it wasn't just Republicans that were making fun of you. Just saying.
Yeah.
Quit with the division. Come on.
I know. Who cares?
Gosh, so
Well,
annoying. Not you, Tony. I'm talking about her.
Well, I'm so racist by. Never mind. I'm not going to even say it.
It's just a spaghetti meatball.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget, it's a live show every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, right here on YouTube, Facebook, X/Twitter, Rumble, and of course, Instagram Live. Make sure you join us. Also, hop over. And go over to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and share it with your friends and family. Check out some of our old videos.
That's right. It's so true, BH.
It is so true. Also, make sure you head over to the Ramp Swag store, and we've got all kinds of really cool designs. We're all wearing some of our Ramp Swag tonight. www.rampcheckglobal.com will take you everywhere you need to go to get some Ramp Swag. Oh, there you go.
Hey, look, there's a spaghetti F-35 sticker.
I love it.
You didn't scan it fast enough, BH.
Or how about a mug?
Oh God!
Did BH know that this was coming?
No.
Look at these surprises for you, BH World.
Okay, now get this. Okay, this is the spaghetti. Now it's called Spaghetti Panther because we can't say F-35 when we're advertising it,
right?
Because Lockheed Martin, they don't play nice when it comes to designs, and names.
Go fuck yourself.
Anyway, sorry.
So this is the pilot edition Spaghetti F-35 with the little F-35 right here. And then it's got one on the back. We need to get somebody to wear one of these, dude. And that flies F-35. Now,
oh, hell yes.
I don't know if they think it's too fucking corny to do it or too funny, but I think that would be awesome.
Well, and I was just going to say this, and BH World beat me to it. Did you get one of those shirts for Mock? That's exactly what we need to do. We need to get one of those printed out, and we need to get one for Mock and for her husband. And we need to present that to them on video at over the Wasatch or whatever they're calling the air show this year.
We should.
Warriors over the Wasatch.
It's pretty funny. But
yeah,
anyway,
awesome.
So here's the Ram Swag store. We got, some spaghetti F-35. Now, Frank Krabus, BH posted about spaghetti F-35, and Frank commented back and said it's a work of art. So you can actually own a spaghetti F-35 work of art framed canvas. Comes in several sizes. So there you go. There's a work of art. That is Frank's fault on that one. But you can see we've got more swimsuits available, more hats, a bunch of great stuff on here. So yeah, go to the Ram Swag store. It's a great way to support us and what we do. So thank you.
Looks like BH. Dude, I'm telling you, every squadron at Luke loved my shirt. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
We definitely need to present one to Mock and her husband.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Get some down to Luke. That'd be awesome.
Hey, we're running a little bit long, so why don't we do our last segment pretty quick, brother? You want to Instagram stories from accounts we follow?
Yeah, but give me one more second. There's one more photo that I want to share.
Okay, perfect.
Let's see here. And I think we actually showed this before, but here, let me get rid of the Ram Swag store. But I'm going to show it again.
I love that. Awesome.
There's Mock and BH there at Luke for the air show. And
nice.
Of course, BH is wearing the very first ever Spaghetti F-35 shirt.
Oh my
So
goodness.
there you go.
Nice.
Wow. All right.
So anyway,
Got one more comment from BH.
So if the environmental activists throw red
the
paint,
red you are paint.
it really
look like spaghetti. That's very true.
quite the imagination.
Oh man, that's
All
so,
right.
yeah.
All right, brother, I'm ready. Yeah,
Anyway,
how dare you?
okay. All right. So yeah, we're running a little bit long, so we'll make this quick, but you know, it's wouldn't be a RampCheck Aviation podcast live stream without Instagram stories from accounts we follow.
Oh, look at that. Hank.
Hanks.
Nice shot.
Dude.
Of a Viper. Anyway, but that's not the Instagram stories. That's just on his post. But anyway, okay. So the first story is actually F-35 demo team. Oh, small
My
person.
favorite part of the air show was when the F-35 went really fast, and I saw all of the fire bombs drop. And the first one, when it did lots of loop-de-loops and spins.
Nice.
Nice. Sign that kid up.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, speaking of mock, this is her Instagram story. Let's see what else we got. Oh, she reposted that too, but mock and the dog, and there's hubby right there. Cool. Let's see here. Hank, look, can't beat shooting jets with longtime friends. Cool. All right, got some nice Viper shots there. Newly painted jet for Indiana National Guard 163rd Fighter Squadron. Very cool.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. Look at that Viper.
Ooh, that's
good shot.
Good day at Hill. Oh yeah, I got some 3-2 landings. I see. That's the best for capturing aircraft inbound.
Snow on the mountains up there by you guys?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Down
Yeah.
Man, it's such a beautiful background at Hill Air Force Base.
It is, man. It really is. Here we go. Here's Jacob. Awesome. What do we got? Oh, F-35. Cool.
Nice. Look at that climb.
Oh, yeah.
In the office. Poor guy.
Very nice. The Masters.
What?
Oh, he's going to the Masters, or did he buy? It looks like he just bought something because it looks like a tag.
So I don't know. Yeah. Oh,
I
maybe.
don't know.
Sure. Yep.
Ooh, nice
That's
shot.
a cool shot.
Look at that Viper.
Damn.
That's killer. That's awesome. Great shot. Aviator gear with a little ad. Okay, so Rocket Man Aviation. This dude's awesome. I met him at William Tell in Savannah. Good dude. Funny dude. Anyway, he went up in a Marchetti, dude, for the Eclipse last week.
That's
and
cool.
he posted some photos. Oh, see, like, look at this, dude. They went up in a Honda jet, and there was some other jets with them.
Yeah, that's good looking.
But yeah, dude, very cool. Go check out his Instagram. Very cool. Hey, Sammy, what you doing?
Hi,
Can't
Sammy.
play golf, but at least I can look the part. Desert landscape.
Nice.
That's right. Black Rifle Coffee.
Nice.
Oh, look at that with the stogie.
That's
There
the way you
go.
do it. Yep, that's how you golf right there.
That's right. Very cool.
It really does look like an angel. That was cool.
Yeah, it really did. Nomadic aviation photos. Nice. Sunset. Oh, look at that. American
cool.
bourbon. That's pretty sick.
Dude, where do we get that?
Yeah,
I
that's
know
cool.
that's pretty cool. We need to.
I need a bottle of that to put on my
Yeah,
shelf.
dude. Yeah, I
That's
agree.
cool.
Yeah.
Bucket list item checked off. Oh, nice. They went out and saw some. Okay, let me turn the audio on this. Oh yeah.
That's awesome. I just love waiting for it once you see the
I
smoke.
know.
I just
know.
love how it sounds like you just had a big bowl of spaghetti. Anyway, hey, go back to the bourbon one more time. I want to
Screenshot that.
Okay, so 30 millimeter bourbon.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. We need to get some of those. I'd love to put one of those. Let's hear this Warthog one more time. Oh, dude, I love it.
That's so awesome.
Anyway.
Nothing better.
Ooh, Point Magoo skies. There you go. Cool. Let's see. Let's get some more aviation. Let's see. Avwriter Joe. All right. It's like a growler. Cool. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. We got Blue Angels action, or no, just Super Hornets.
Definitely not Baltimore, because
So what's the difference between?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, now that looks like yeah, heading to Sidewinder, Star Wars Canyon. Looks like we got some Hornets. Oh, look at that low level.
Oh wow, I can't even keep up.
He's a little bit higher. I thought he was from this perspective where I was like, but yeah, nice.
Oh, dude,
very good. That's still low level, dude. That's really that is.
Level. Yeah,
dude, we got to get out there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do.
Oh, that's sick. Nice. Trying to catch jets flying through the edge of the Sundog.
Nice.
Cool. And then a C-130. Love the C-130, but this video would take forever from where it's at. Okay,
yeah, you know, right?
Let's
actually
see.
Faster than some of the drones that the Iranians sent to.
All right. Ooh, nice. Look at that F-15. Kill it. Oh, that's the U.S. one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
Come on, dude. How do you catch shit like that? That can't just be luck.
Oh, I know, man. Yeah,
that's
sick.
Cool.
Pretty amazing.
Wow. Nice. Okay, we'll do a couple.
End it on maybe. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, here's Bayou. No, that's cool. Bayou Eagle 15. Good old Michael.
Oh, we got a story from Dope coming up, so we got to do that one for sure.
Okay,
that one maybe.
Yes. Okay, let's do it here. When you're descending below 10,000 feet and still at 280 knots ATC, stay airspeed 250 knots.
Captain FO winking at each other.
That's funny.
That's great.
How about him? That's right. Cool. I don't know who Maverick Mac is, but anyway, apparently Audrey knows who that is. So cool. All right, let's do one more aviation. Sorry, ladies, I'm already like a brother to someone else.
The hell?
Okay.
I don't get that at all. But let's see. Okay, tornado.
That's awesome.
Oh, nice. Ooh. Look at that.
That's a cool shot.
The tails.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
That is pretty cool.
Wow, there's a hawk. Cool. Very cool.
Beauty.
Typhoon. I just love on that.
So there's our sister. It's not aviation related, but hi, sis.
Hi, sis.
All right, last one. The flying Texan.
By the way, happy birthday.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. Last week. Let's see here. Nice, beautiful B-25. Let's see. Field trip. Yeah.
Oops. And the pilot's like 10-year-old.
Yeah. And anyway, cool. All right. Let's call it a day on that. But that was Tony.
Oh, you want me to say it? Instagram stories where accounts we follow. By the way, really fast, just want to show you guys this. I found it. There's the website.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Sweet.
Look at that.
I'm going to have to
great whiskeys.
Check how much that is a bottle. Although they can't ship that, though, can they?
I think they can. I don't know.
I thought you couldn't ship alcohol, but
tribute.
Especially to Utah.
Yeah.
We'll have to get somebody out of state. Maybe we can recruit BH or something.
Yeah.
Because they ship all kinds of shit to California. That shithole.
I was like Nevada.
No doubt.
Yeah, Nevada. Anyway, I forgot to mention.
That is so cool. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that is cool. We need to get some of those. So if anybody's watching that can help hook us up for that, I mean, we'll totally reimburse you.
Absolutely.
But anyway, that'd be awesome. but I think I posted this actually when this happened, but this is the photo that Mock actually posted on her Instagram story when she met BH at Luke.
Nice.
That she found the F-30 spaghetti F-35 shirt, the famous spaghetti F-35 shirt. But anyway, BH just texted me that, reminding me of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got that screenshot too. So anyway, all right. Well, good episode, brothers. We covered just a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Wow. Hour 45. Yikes. Sorry, guys.
I know.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging in there. We appreciate it. And we really appreciate you guys watching. Of course, it's a live stream every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. You know where to find us, right?
And the funny thing is, we have the most watchers on right now, actually.
Well, that's all right.
An hour 45 into it.
We've been on a little while.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to get something from Hess really quick. What did I miss?
Yeah, right.
I know. Start over.
Jeez. Freaking BH world.
What's all this spaghetti crap?
Yeah, I was just asking the same thing.
All right.
Well,
wow.
we shall see.
All of my tongue there. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. We're done.
Everybody for watching. We'll see you next Wednesday night. I'm Tony.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Ryan. Good day, everyone.